today I thought I'd tell you about, we don't always need a pattern to do something. So today I'm going to do a table runner. Actually, I'm going to show you a couple different table runners that I'm going to do with just simple, but they make nice gifts and they look very pretty. Now I've taken a piece of, this is Charlie Harper for Birch Fabrics, and I love this artist. She's really good. And what I've decided is I want to have a center panel on a table runner. So this is the table, this is the center that I want right in here. So this is going to be waste over here, and then I'm going to cut it. So I've decided that I just want to be 3/8 of an inch away from this little bird beak here. So I will cut that out. Being careful to make sure I get it right everywhere. Well, there must be a little hitch in my wheel at the moment, which means I need a new one, but I'm going to wait for now. Okay. Or a new blade, excuse me. All right, and then we'll that right there. Now I think that I can get this entire thing pieced and quilted maybe in an hour and a half. So it's, like I said, it's simple. Now the next thing I do is I would like a black strip here. I'm going to put an inch black strip here and an inch black strip here. I really like the red here, so I'll make an 1.5 inch strip after that black one and put the red here. So I'll go cut my inch strips and attach them and show you what I've got. So the first thing we're going to do is just sew this black strip onto the side. And I'm not using pins here because this is pretty straight. I'm not stretching this in any way. I'm just laying it down and sewing. Lots of times I pin, but for this particular project, I don't think it's necessary. I'm doing lots of straight stuff here. I just want to make sure that I'm right on the edge. And I'm using the foot on this 1/4 inch. So now I have put these 1-inch strips on the sides. So my next piece that I'm going to do is I've cut these at 1.5 inches. And so I'm just going to put those right on the edge. And I was going to put a border here, but I don't think I am going to. I think I'm just going to leave that. So again, just want to make sure I'm nice and straight. And you can see how quickly this goes. Now I'll do exactly the same thing on this side, sew it up, and I'll be right back. So now you can see that I've added my 2 sides on. And this is about 7 inches. So I want it to look right. I think it's probably about 24 inches long. I'm not sure right now. But so I want to add about a 6-inch border on each side. So I'm going to cut that and add those borders. So now I have my borders on. You can see, looks kind of nice. I'm going to cut these off, and then I'm going to sandwich it, and I am just going to do some very simple line quilting down here, maybe one in the middle here, one here, and then down here. And you'll see how quickly I made this, and I think it's going to look very pretty. So I'll show you the finished product in just a bit. Okay, I'm now ready to start quilting. And over here, I've marked my lines. I haven't marked them here yet. So I'm going to, the very first thing I'm going to do though, is I am going to sew the center line. And I've done this in gray thread. This I think I'll do in black thread, and black thread over here. But right now I have gray thread in here. So I'm going to make my stitch 3.5. And I'm using my walking foot. And I'm going to slow my stitches down a little bit because I want to be ready and be right where I'm supposed to. Stop. Now, it doesn't help if you don't have your foot on correctly. So let's get that foot on. Bring that up. I think I'm tight. Drop it down. And we'll start stitching again. I can maybe go a little faster. Yeah, I realized that if I made you watch the entire thing, you'd, well, more than fall asleep probably. But I just want to make sure everything's nice and flat as it goes through. And you notice I'm not pulling on the back of that. We don't have to pull on your sewing machines. I see a lot of people do this. They've got their hands in the back. You know, that's the feed dogs take care of that for you. And I'm not liking how this is going, no? So we're gonna see what I can do here. So now we're ready to turn our binding so we can bind it. So this is a little different, as I said before. This is only a 1 layer. Normally we would have sewn it down in half, sewn it down, there'd be a seam here, but that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is I'm bringing the, folding it up so that it hits that 1/4 inch seam line. And I'm going to do that all the way to the end here. And then when I turn the corner, I'm going to do the same thing on that corner. And I'm going to do that, of course, all the way around, pressing well. But I want to get this nice and flat before I show you how it's turned. Make sure that seam is good. Okay. So now when it's time to, excuse me, now when it's time to sew this, now you can bind by hand or you can bind by machine. But what I liked about this is this. I'm going to turn this over, and if you look, it has a nice 45-degree angle here. So when I bring it to the back, I'm just going to lie it down. I'm going to just press it for now. But what I'm going to get is really a nice 45-degree angle here. And it just turns right over and I go right on that seam. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you turn it. So you get a really nice, less bulky look here when you turn. Now, I can do my normal and hand bind that. That would look very nice, but I'm kind of in a hurry today. So what I am going to do is I found as long as I pin this very well and lay it down and I put it right where that seam is, I'm going to sew less than 1/8 of an inch away from that seam, and it's going to catch the back. And I'm going to do it with my sewing machine so I can get it done quickly. So I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done.